Hey guys, cold.brew here. Welcome back to Watcher of Realms. We have the news about the update that is coming, even more news actually on the date that the update is coming, and some bugs, fixes, and well, I think optimizations they call it, but I call them nerfs. But until it's actually online, we won't know for sure. Maybe players out there in the Forerunner server are more aware of the changes already. So let's just have a look. We click on the notice board right here. That's where I saw the news myself, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So let's get started. This is the update announcement. You saw it already in game, but let me just go through, give you my thoughts. We'll get 100 diamonds when the update comes. It will start on the 11th of the month. So a little bit less than a week from now is when these changes will come online to the server. There will be a maintenance for a couple of hours, but I think that's going to be totally fine. Last time I didn't even feel like there was a maintenance while I was playing. So first things first is the Void Rift. Look at that. Adjusted the unlocking requirement. So level 40 from now on to unlock it. Then we welcome the epic hero Olag, who will join your team within the Void Rift. So this is not very clear on what this means. From what I understand is that you'll have Olag as an available unit. I'm not sure of the stats though of the hero within the Void Rift. So is it going to be worth actually using it over your own Olag? I highly doubt that's the case. I think it's just going to be available for players out there who don't have Olag, a very strong defender unit. He can block, he can give a big shield to himself. It's a very, very valuable tank to have. It might help a few of the players to clear Void Rift on normal with Olag on the squad. So very welcomed addition to the whole thing. I doubt it's available on the hard and nightmare versions though, but who knows? Until the update comes, we can all just guess. I'm also guessing on the 11th when this starts. It's gonna be on a Monday, so it will be with the refresh of the Void Rift as well. So with the new Void Rift, we'll have also Olag available. So optimize the overall difficulty to ensure a more engaging and balanced combat experience. I believe this is more towards the hard difficulty and the nightmare difficulty. Probably nightmare difficulty will remain very hard for everybody, but the hard difficulty should be for players who find that the normal difficulty is very easy. So hard will become a little bit more optimized and available to be beaten by players such as within account as mine, where I've progressed to a point where the normal difficulty is now pretty simple and I kind of one-shot some of the units very quickly. So that shouldn't be the place where I'm farming Void Rift. I should be pushing a little bit more and finding the optimal difficulty in hard with a lot of thought into how my plays and strategies will be in order to beat it. And then nightmare will be once I'm able to get very good gear on all of my units. And then again with strategy, I should be able to beat that one. So different map is added to phase 2 of the Void Rift, bringing Crimson Star into the battlefield. So yeah, phase 2 should be interesting. Crimson Star, I'm not even sure who that boss is, but I'm happy for any kind of challenge for sure. I don't mind as long as the item. I'm only like a fresh player in the game, so even the challenge we have right now is fine, but more content is better. The portal mechanism has been adjusted now, requiring a simple tap for transportation. That's just a fix. So hero adjustments, this is the big thing that is coming. Zealous is now changed from a cost of 29 to 25. That is fantastic. And also his talent, killing an enemy increases damage by 10% for 5 seconds. So this is huge, and his initial rage goes from 300 to 500. That's gonna help with his ulti, just using up his ulti. So if we go back and have a look at Zealous, so here I have him. He's level 50. He's not a bad unit from what I've seen. It's just that I have a lot of mages currently on my account, so I can't find a place for Zealous at the moment. And then especially with the 29 cost, I thought I'll better level my other mages like my Morrigan, my Twin Fiend, who are amazing lords as well. So that's where I am personally. But if you have this guy already, then you'll find better use for him. He will have that added talent, which I think is huge for his damage potential, and then he'll be able to have that 500 rage, basically being able to put in the ultimate well halfway through because of that change. So pretty big for Zealous, I would say. Maybe it was needed, maybe not. Again, I'm not very aware of how his end game potential was before. I've seen him in arena doing some solid damage before, so I didn't think he was a bad unit whatsoever, but I still think the 29 cost was a little bit heavy. Going next to Regulus, another hero I do have, the big defender. Now his basic attack will have an ability to restore rage for every 4 attacks. That is huge for him to get his ultimate back, which is basically a share of damage dealt to your allies. He takes it instead, and Regulus as a tank will be able to soak that up. All right. Next one up is Daemon. So Daemon is one of the units needed to do one of the fusions. So usually we just sacrifice him immediately, but he's getting revamped. The Nightmare Council fighter deals up to 60% damage to one enemy on his basic. Greatly reduces the revival time on his talent. For each revival, increases cost by 4 and damage by 10%, stacking up to 2 times. So I'm guessing his revival time will be dropped significantly, maybe to like 30 seconds, and then that will go up as you are reviving him over and over again, or when you pull him back and then you drop him back onto the field. But the damage by 10% boost means that this will be kind of like a strategy that you want to be following, where you're pulling him back, you're bringing him down for more damage potential. Blood Mania, when deployed, increases attack by 40 all the way to 60% for every 3 attacks landed. The next one will inflict a stun for 1 second. That is very, very nice for control. Very nice for control. This effect lasts for up to 15 seconds. I'm guessing that is his ultimate. And then when deployed, deals 300 damage, up to 300 damage to 3 nearby enemies. Of course, all of this up to what that I'm mentioning is when you fully skill them up, which isn't that feasible, especially for epic units, when the epic dust and the epic crystals are valuable and you're focusing on those very, very strong, important epic heroes as you're playing the game. So this is the nerfs that I talked about. Since I went over this already, Lightlock is being changed a little bit. So his talent restores 3 extra rage when healing the same ally. So this is a brand new talent added to him. Bug fix. Fix the bug where the splash damage of Light of Courage would affect an incorrect number of targets. Fix the bug where the splash damage of Light of Courage would affect an incorrect number. Whether that is a higher number or lower number, we don't know. It just mentions that it's a bug, but they optimize his Awakening 1, increases the splash damage of Light of Courage to 120%, and then this increases the splash damage of Light of Courage by 50%. So this is a 70% damage reduction from what I'm reading. So very, very understandably so, I guess they're changing this so he doesn't do so much splash damage, especially for gear rate 1. But I wonder on how much this will be affecting him as a hero for that kind of strategy, especially free-to-play accounts. I've seen strategies being used. Fastidious does like a free-to-play series, and he used Lightlock, I believe, to push in gear rate 1. Lightlock is a fusion unit, so a fantastic one overall. If you don't have a very strong single target healer, he's the man for the job, right? So now he's getting a new talent and will become a little bit better, I believe, because of the talent. But I'm not sure about his Awakening 1, whether that was required, that change was required. But they're not changing how he overall works. It's just that they add this potential. Maybe together with the bug fix, you will not notice the difference, okay? Because now his splash damage will actually be higher because it takes multiple targets instead of maybe minimal amount. Maybe it was like 3 before, now it becomes 5 or 6. Not sure about that. It's not very clear. So the rare hero Cook optimization, poison trap, the poison duration will now go up to 5. So that is a welcome change to the poison trap, although we don't really use Cook that much. I don't use him that much. You might be using him for single target specific situations, then that is a benefit. So next up, we have the new artifacts being added to the game. We went over already everything here. These, I believe these will be very exclusive and limited to the Nightmare. Void Rift is what they've mentioned right here, I believe. So I think this new exclusive artifacts can be obtained by successfully clearing Void Rift Nightmare. So this is the part when you'll be getting these. And these are, of course, very difficult to acquire because Void Rift Nightmare is gonna be tough, right? Next up, adjustment. Adjusted the Marksman exclusive artifact Blood Drinker. Dealing damage grants up to 20% lifesteal, and now it has changed to damage increased by 10 all the way to 15%. Dealing damage restores HP equal to 5% of max health. So I would say that this is a welcome change. So it's not just a lifesteal artifact now, it is a high damage dealing artifact as well. With all of this 15% damage boost seems insane, but of course getting an artifact to the maximum level takes a lot of farming of the artifact material raid. Adjusted the mage exclusive artifact Blue Sea Ice Ring. So before there was a chance to slow down the target, now damage increases by up to 15%. Dealing damage has a 50% chance of slowing down the target for 50% for 2 seconds, which triggers up to 1 time every 4 seconds. So every 4 seconds, you'll be able to slow for 2 seconds. And when you do so, the target will be slowed, but also you'll be dealing more damage to them instead of just being able to slow them. So again, these are buffs to these two artifacts, which I think are very welcomed. And then a big buff to the diamonds that you receive from being anything below the highest tier at the moment. So you'll get 480, 415, 360, 315 diamonds. So this is all very welcome, I believe, for any player out there who is within these ranks at the moment. So revamped the explanations of victory and defeat rules, adjusted the timing of the second wave of battles in the arena, anti-air DPS challenge to reduce draws and heighten excitement. Yeah, sometimes when I'm doing arena, it feels like the fight ends before it should end. So I think this is why. I don't remember which rotation I noticed that. So added arena rank rewards preview. I mean, we already see the rewards, right? Don't we see them? So stages, let's go. Added 2 new trials to faction trial, Infernals and Esotericists, and then adjusted the drop rates of epic gear items and increased drops for stages 7 to 9. That's good for progression. Same thing for 3 to 5 on 2 and 3 gear rates. And then gear rate 3. Difficulty adjustments lowered the difficulty of stages 1 to 9 and 16 to 18 for a smoother experience. So now you'll be able to push gear rate 3 to 18 much quicker, it seems. Increased the difficulty though of stages 10 to 15 to better match the required battle power. Will that be good? Will that be bad? I think it will be bad to all players out there who already felt that this was difficult for them, and now it will be more difficult. But for the players out there who pushed already, then that's done. Don't worry about it. 16 and 18 actually now will be easier for you guys. But overall, I think this looks good. Adjusted campaign stage, normal 5-8, normal 4-8. Okay, that's cool. They changed the enemies that you fight and then lowered the difficulty of specific stages within the Spectral Rift of campaign chapter 7 normal mode for a smoother experience. I think they adjust the normal stages of the campaign, although we might think it's very easy. This is for the newer player experience. So you play the game the first couple of days, you have all of that excitement, all of that energy of discovering things within the game. They changed this so that you can progress through those parts as well, so you don't feel stuck. And when you feel stuck, you'll be quitting the game or spending money, okay? It's very unusual that all players spend money within these games, so they don't want them to get stuck that quick, is what I believe. So they want them to carry on, play the game, and when they stuck in higher difficulties, they'll just put that as, okay, this is much higher difficulty, I need to get stronger, I'll keep on playing the game. So they want to keep that fresh new player experience a little bit easier than it currently is, apparently. So there are some guild changes here, nothing too crazy here. There's no guild battles yet. I believe that's on the Forerunner server or the test server. But then there's other things added here, like changes to the regions, added best records tab. There's a friendship point one time as a daily quest. There's also some other just optimizations here added into the game. What they will be changing though, it's this one. Weekly and monthly quests will now refresh once all rewards have been claimed. So you don't need to wait a week exactly to have your weekly quests refreshed, and you don't need to wait a month to have your monthly quests refreshed. So that is okay. There's some other optimization which I don't feel like I need to cover. These are just fixes and bug fixes, nothing too special added here. I think is worth it. Overall, this new update, I think it's very well worth it. The things that I take away from this is the changes coming into champions, especially legendary champions. I like them being changed and being optimized and not being nerfed. The only small nerf that I see out of this one is the Lightlock one, but again, until I actually have the patch go, I won't be able to experience whether that really impacted him. And that's only for his Awakening one, which was just a boost to his damage, okay? They didn't change his overall damage. And maybe this bug fix together with this one basically means the same thing. Plus his talent now, restoring extra rage, means that he'll be getting his ultimate much quicker, which is a net positive, isn't it? So overall, very, very welcomed added stuff to the patch. This was just a sneak peek that I covered the other day. This is the real update announcement. Very happy about this one. What you guys think, let me know down below, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.